Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mining Now. I'm your host, Jared Downey, and this may not be the last episode you're seeing how we produce them in order, but for me, it's my final episode being recorded at Mine Expo and with new friends from Turkey that have just joining Mining Now. I'm very excited to have them. It's quite an honor. We literally met through LinkedIn and set up the interview. So quite an honor that you've joined our platform. Thank you for doing it. We've got John Gültekin.
Yeah.
How do you say your name? I want to
John Gültekin. That was very spot on.
It was actually pretty close. Yeah, thank you.
That was very close.
Now you're originally from Turkey. Is it your father's founded the company?
Yeah. He founded it around in 1990.
Yeah.
We've been doing in the injection chemical business ever since.
And he was going to join you for the interview, but at the last he's
minute.
sitting over there listening, but he decided to not do the
last minute. I hope I'll be fine on my own.
You will be just fine. But you've got some history in Canada. You actually went to university here, right?
Yeah. I did study at Rotman Commerce in University of Toronto.
Yeah.
I do have a Bachelor of Commerce there. Have been living there ever since I was 18.
Yeah.
And I do love it there. It's quite like home right now.
Did you are used to the winters yet?
No. First year it was fine. I like the snow.
Yeah, it's exciting.
The Christmas and everything.
And then after you ruined your 10th pair of shoes with the salt.
Yeah, exactly. The big jackets and everything for 3-4 months gets tiring, but it's still good. It's still good.
Toronto has a great the vibe there is great.
Exactly,
I'm from the West Coast. We're a little more laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto, they get stuff done.
More of a hustle culture there.
Yeah, little New Yorky, like Canadian politeness, New York hustle.
Bigger downtown.
Yeah.
Yes, but West Coast has a better nature.
That is we win on that one.
The mountains and everything.
Beautiful place in Turkey as well. I was hoping to visit there. But we should jump into foreign trade mining.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you do. Let's go high level first, just for anybody who doesn't know the company. A lot of people getting introduced.
Okay, so we're in the injection chemical business for underground mines and tunneling, and we've been in business since 1990. So it's been around 34 years, quite over 3 decades. And I'd like to mention that we're essentially a research and development company. Our headquarters is located at ODTÜ, which is the Middle East Technical University in Ankara, Turkey.
Okay.
Turkey. And we've been working very closely to professors and as having them as our advisors as well. We're at the Technopolis there. We also have a factory at the industrial zone in Ankara. But at heart, I think it's safe to say that we're research and development.
You have a fairly large production facility, though, don't you?
Yeah, it's quite big. We did. We've built it ourselves 5-6 years ago. And I want to say 2018. It's quite large. That's we did needed it though. We did integrate backwards around 6 years ago. We did start producing our own raw materials.
So you were at one point doing more research but not actually producing your own product, or how did
we've always been producing, but our competitive edge and everything comes from our from the fact that we're a research and development company, I'd say.
And your father's still involved in that.
Yeah,
he does. He actually does the.
Yeah, he does most of the research himself.
Yeah. Wow.
He's a mining engineer, actually.
Right. Oh, okay. I see.
By being in the business of producing these chemicals for over 3 decades, he's got quite the knowledge of chemicals. Yeah.
Let's talk about our heavy industry tour brought to you by Orica Digital Solutions, leading drill and blast into a new era with next-gen Shot Plus. With market-leading design tools and predictive modeling capabilities, NextGen Shot Plus equips drill and blast professionals to effectively improve blast designs and achieve optimal outcomes. Click below to learn more about NextGen Shot Plus. We are heading to events across North America and Australia and filming episodes on location. Email us at info@crownsman.com to be part of Crownsman's heavy industry tour. In heavy machinery, uptime is crucial. Meeting productivity demands with less downtime requires top-notch lubrication. The SKF Lincoln SL6 metering device is built to excel. With a proven design, it handles even the toughest conditions, ensuring reliable performance with extreme pressure greases. This automatic lubrication system reduces maintenance, cuts grease consumption, and extends component life. Plus, its advanced sealing technology minimizes leakage risks. For those who demand reliability, the SKF Lincoln SL6 delivers superior lubrication. Keep your machines running smoothly. Visit skf.com/lubrication to learn more. Austin Powder uses Paradigm to meet customer requirements and enhance blast efficiency and production. Paradigm offers several advanced features, including fragmentation modeling, PPV and PVS reduction, charging and timing analysis, fly rock prediction, energy distribution, 3D blast modeling, muck pile footprint prediction, and overpressure prediction. With these innovative tools and state-of-the-art software, Austin Powder provides comprehensive blast analysis and optimization. Explore more about Austin Powder and cutting-edge products at austinpowder.com. CIM is Canada's leading technical institute dedicated to the sustainability of our industry. Members enjoy professional growth opportunities through CIM libraries, publications, webinars, societies, and the job board. Experience the CIM community firsthand at the Conference of Metallurgists August 19th to 22nd, ICARD September 16th to 20th, and the CIM Health and Safety Conference October 6th to 8th. Visit CIM.org for more information and join CIM today.
Okay, before we jump more into the products, which we're going to do at length, I wanted to bring up, I think just behind me, it's on camera, right? Yeah. So the audience seeing it, there's a canary in the coal mines. Great. Where'd that come from? Great little branding thing you did.
Yeah. Have you heard of the idiom "canary in the coal mine"?
Yeah.
So essentially, it's used as a vigilance of safety because in a couple hundred years ago, when we didn't have all the technology and the monitoring tools we do now, coal miners used to bring canaries down into the coal mine, right?
Yeah.
Because they have very, very little lungs, right? When methane gas would leak out, the canary would die first, which would alert the miners to...
in this day and age, it seems quite sad.
It does. But the canaries did, in fact, save a lot of lives, right?
Yeah.
So, which is why we thought that
this canary is a very happy canary. It was in a state of mind.
It's happy because we do our products, so they don't have to go underground anymore.
Very good, very well done. You got to next time you're here, you need to have a big mascot of a canary.
Yeah.
No, it's a great branding because I used to when I worked in the equipment, I was part of the design team. There was a Marty the Miner mascot, so I love these little mascots and that.
Keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Part of the show.
But it's good branding. Yeah.
Thank you.
When I first met you, I didn't realize what you did, and so it took me a little bit to learn. But then going onto your website, can you just walk me through some of the products, just like baseline understanding? And we're going to be bringing up some images in that so the audience understands as well. But can you just sort of walk us through some of the product lines you're offering?
Yeah, of course. So essentially, our products are safety products. They're there to enhance the miner's safety when working underground in mines and tunnels. So one of our products is the Silicate Injection Resin. It's silicate-based 2-compound. So essentially, on site underground, you apply it through a pump, and it gets mixed and hardens within a couple of minutes.
So when you say harden, like how hard? Like is it like a foam?
No. This one we also do a foam, which has a very high expansion ratio. This one doesn't expand at all. It has an expansion ratio of 1:1, and it gets quite hard.
So this is a non-expanding one. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Pulled some images from your website because I wanted to understand. So what is it doing in this scenario here? The audience will see it properly.
Stop water.
I see.
Air ingress as well. Well, it's very good. It's a very good product for stopping water ingress. It's also good for strata control and strata support.
Oh, okay. What do you mean by strata support?
When coal mines have cracks inside, it's kind of a safety issue.
Right.
So our product gets injected in there, it hardens up. So there is no...
so it's like an infrastructure support.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this product, now I want to get an understanding here. So is your primary market like the coal mines?
This product is very versatile.
Okay.
Our silicate injection resin can be used in coal or nickel or copper, or even in tunneling as well. Our other product is our phenolic foam,
Okay.
which is more widely used in underground coal mines, essentially because its main advantage to its alternatives is that it has a very high, very high burning point. It's essentially inflammable and has a very high flash point as well.
In the toughest environments, you need the hardest, toughest steel. With a full range of grades designed to meet the extreme demands of hard-wearing applications, from mining to construction and heavy transport, Hardox Wearplate has it covered. Trust Hardox Wear Steel to extend your equipment service life, boost efficiency, and power up productivity. Their wear experts partner with industry leaders to deliver solutions that stand up to any test. Ready to tackle your toughest wear challenges? Bring it on. Visit hardox.com to learn more. In mining, reliable connectivity is essential for both efficiency and safety. Communication engineers often struggle to maintain network coverage in tough environments. For over 20 years, Pointing has been at the forefront of solving these challenges with a range of circular polarized helical antennas. Their antennas support cellular and Wi-Fi networks and are tailored for both open pit and underground operations. Ensure reliable mining communication. Get in touch with Pointing now. Visit pointing.tech. For almost 30 years, SureStrike International has been delivering high-quality hydraulic impact hammers. Whether you are in aggregate, mining, or industrial applications, they help provide superior output, process flexibility, and remarkable economics in your front-end processing. With hammers ranging from 25,000 to a staggering 150,000 foot-pound of striking force, SureStrike has the perfect solution for any application. It's time to optimize your front-end processing with SureStrike International. To learn more, visit them at surestrikeinternational.com.
Okay, so what kind of environments? Like, I'm not a coal miner by any stretch, so I really, these are just genuine questions. What are the scenarios? Like, again, I'm seeing this thing here. Okay, this is what is it called? Phenolic?
Yeah, it's our phenolic foam. It's
So
called
what am I looking at here?
Essentially, right there, it's used for fire suppression and as an isolation product. It's used to fill in cavities and voids as well.
Oh,
So essentially, you bring it underground, the phenolic foam. It's made of two components, the catalyst and the phenolic resin. And when it gets mixed up with the pneumatic pump, for us, it expands within 15 to 20 seconds, up to 60, 70 times its original size.
Oh, okay. So you're putting into so in this scenario, would have this been drilled into and then filled, or is there some sort of entry? What would be the scenario where this
that would be a cavity or a void that would need to get filled to have some roof support in
But it's 60 or 70 times. Yeah,
exactly. It's also good for preventing air and gas leaks. In underground coal mines, methane gas, for example, is a very big issue.
So this would then it's a sealer in that case. It's a sealer.
Yeah.
Now, does it give any structural support as well?
It does. It's good for mainly roof support.
Okay. Not obviously going on top of with a machine.
Exactly. So the coal face does not fall down.
And then so like this one. This is actually the one I wanted to look at. So this one it almost looks like a little bit of a whole bunch. This one's, I can see it. It's all, so you just got to get it there. This one looks like it's all over the place. What sort of scenario are we looking at there?
That's essentially when there are cavities and voids, when they're mainly in longwall mining.
Okay.
Where you inject the foam, it increases in size, and then holds it stable and is working against the gas leaks and air leaks. So,
but this, you just see what I mean there? It's all kind of like, it's like that. Like it's no. So how is it accessing that?
That's where the expansion ratio comes in.
Okay.
Shoot it in there. And then when it expands, it reaches
it's just reaching everything. So it's almost like, is it almost like liquid form then originally? Yeah.
Originally it's liquid.
Okay.
Both components are liquid, and with the pump, when it gets mixed, they react together and it foams up.
Now, is every product out of both so there is the so it's phenolic, right? Is how you say it?
Yeah.
So you have the phenolic, and then you have what's the other one?
The injection resin, silicate based.
The silicate injection resin. Yeah. So with those two, are there different compounds are those just two products, or within those two categories, are there different compositions of the type of product? You know what I mean? Like, is there does the resin come in different hardness, different strengths, or is it what it is?
I feel like that's where the fact that we're a research and development company comes in.
Right.
So with our phenolic foam, we can adjust every single parameter the way the client or the mines need it.
Okay.
So if a client comes to us and asks for a higher compressive strength, we can adjust the product to that. We can adjust the expansion ratio as well as the density of the product, the viscosity of the product. So yeah.
So okay, and is that on the resin or just on the sorry, I keep forgetting the phenolic one.
That's for both our products.
Oh, for both the products.
Both for our products. We can we have the ability to play around with the parameters according to the client's needs. Same with the injection resin as well as the phenolic foam.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But I wanted to say that because the phenolic foam does have a very high expansion ratio, playing around with that, I would say, is more significant than what we would do with the changes we would do with the silicate.
Right, because there's just different. There's more variable on what's needed on it. Yeah. Okay, so we've sort of walked through the product. What I want to do now is we're going to talk a bit about expanding into the North America market, sort of what your plans are for that. But I wanted to get, I'm sure anything like this has certain accreditations you have, certain sort of things you have to pass to be able. Do you have any of those that you want to sort of make sure the audience knows that these accreditations that are required for the products?
So we're it's not a requirement usually.
Okay.
But what we have been getting into in the last year is we have been accredited by the National Accreditation Center, NAC, which also covers IAAC, ILAC, MRA, and APAC, which are all recognized in the entire world, to really showcase our commitment to the standard of our product. Right now, our laboratories in Turkey are all accredited to do the necessary tests regarding our injection chemicals and our foams.
Yeah. So what is some of these listed off? What are these? What are they saying? Is it how the product's produced at a certain quality, or what are they accrediting for?
They're accrediting us to do the necessary tests with a very good standard.
Okay.
Right, like when it's a compressive strength test or a.
Oh, I see.
Or an expansion ratio test or a free formaldehyde test, we are accredited to do the tests with a great level of how do you put it? Expertise.
Right. Yeah. And so they come and actually do the accreditation for the product lines. Okay. The other thing I really wanted to get across in this interview is the clarification of, now you've been in the European market for a long time. And just correct anything I'm saying. So my understanding, Korean market, the European, that's a Freudian slip because I'm thinking of the different places you could do business. Do you do business in the Korean market?
No, not yet.
The Middle Eastern market, is that, have you done a lot of work in that side of things?
Right now, we're only doing business in Turkey.
Okay.
We're trying to expand overseas right now.
Yeah.
Poland, which is the closest one of the coal countries out there. And then there would be USA, which is why we're here at the Mine Expo.
So what does the expansion look like into, I want to talk about just your competitive, you're not the only game in town that makes these products. So what is your competitive advantage when you're trying to come to the US market? Well, US, Canadian, North American market.
Biggest competitive advantage is our research on one side, and we do manufacture our own raw materials, right? Especially when it comes to phenolic foam. We're the only firm that does their own resin. The phenolic foam is made out of the phenol formaldehyde resin and the catalyst. Right. And we do have an amazing know-how when it comes to the phenol formaldehyde resin.
So this is I guess we should clarify that because there's a lot of distribution networks out there. This is not, you're not part of a distribution network. This is your product. You're making it.
Yeah. We do everything in-house.
Is there talk of doing anything in like actually producing the product in the US?
So the issue with US is that when you're based in Europe or Asia, it takes around 60, 70 days, or best case scenario, 50 days for your product to get here, right? And it's an organic product. We like to say it's similar to bread, where first day when it comes out, it's an amazing product. Everything is intact. Every single day, it changes up a little bit.
Oh.
Even when you condition it, the shelf life is still an issue. And the supply chain is also an issue as well, because the mine's needs do vary a lot. So one day they ask for a ton, the next day they might ask for 5 tons. Right now in Turkey, we provide the chemicals within 24 hours to the doorstep of the mines.
Wow.
So we were definitely considering establishing a manufacturing plant here in the US as well. Same with Australia.
Oh, in Australia as well. What are the I think this is an important part of the interview, just before we wrap up, is what are some of the questions that you're getting in the North American market that I'm not asking today? Because there's people that are actually experts in the field, which I'm not one of them. So I don't want to sort of miss this opportunity for you to sort of some common questions you're getting that you're giving the answers to people.
Okay. As far as what we've been hearing here, the most is, one, the shelf life is a big issue.
Okay.
The transportation is another. And one more is the free formaldehyde emission.
Okay.
Okay. So essentially when so I told you about our phenolic resin. It's made of phenol and formaldehyde. When phenol and formaldehyde do not react, do not bind each other, there's some free formaldehyde left in it. And that free formaldehyde is not very good for your health. And the European Union, according to the European Union regulations, it has to be lower than 1 in 1,000.
Okay.
So essentially like 0.1%. So that's not, this is within the liquid, within the resin.
Right. Okay.
Right? And we're way below that. We're right now roughly 2 in 10,000.
Okay.
So it's not an issue for quite some time anymore for us. And the other point is that there's also some free formaldehyde emissions during when it foams up, when it's during the injection process. Free formaldehyde gases come out of the product. So the free formaldehyde in our product has been untraceable for quite some time as well.
Wow.
So it's very, very, very close to zero.
So that's giving you a competitive edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people have been asking you specifically about that. Yeah. Yeah. So you're in this funny position where you've got the product that everybody wants, but now you've got a bit of a timeline issue for getting it to them. Yeah.
Exactly. So first, we would have to get we're in the process of getting the regulations for the States and Australia.
Right.
And then there is the whole manufacturing plant that would take quite some time here.
What is your sort of vision for the, and I know you're speaking also on behalf of your father here. What is the conversation around? What do you hope the company gets to in this market?
I think we have quite a different approach when it comes to injection chemicals, because it's a safety product at first, right? So we do believe that mines should use it on a much more daily basis, and that we think it's our social responsibility to not have a very high price on it, to have to have our prices as low as possible, for the mines to be able to use the product on a very daily basis. Because when you think about it economically, these products can be used in two different ways, especially the phenolic. It can be used either as a preventative, where coal mines use it on a very daily basis to prevent air leaks, gas leaks, or to support their roof, or after disaster or after an incident has struck out, they can use it then to fight fire or seal the areas for oxygen, so that the fire gets put out, which we do not. It can be used that way, but it's going to be much more costly when you do it like that, because well, if the mine closes down for 1 or 2 days, that's going to have an enormous cost for one. and we're not even talking about any accidents where people could get hurt,
Right.
because that's priceless right there.
When you're trying to get into the market,
Mhm.
how big is the demand that you see? I'm not talking about like sales numbers, but is it, if you can get into the market, is the demand there? Is it bigger than the market you have now? Is it equal? Where do you sort of see the potential in this market?
I want to say that the product is being already used in Europe and Poland.
Yeah.
And it's being transported to Australia as well.
Right.
So they're already familiar with the products.
Yeah.
And as far as we know right now in the States, there is no phenolic foams that are being used underground.
Right.
But the demand is for sure here, because one very big competitive advantage phenolic foam has over other products is that it's completely inflammable. And it has a lower exothermic reaction, around 90 degrees, which makes it safer to use than its alternatives.
Right.
And one more thing that we've noticed is that when it comes to, for example, Australia, none of the mines do their own application, right? And they want you as the chemical company to send people there to do the.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah. So in Turkey, though, are you doing it yourself, or are you just delivering it?
Right now, in all of the mines where that we partnered up with, we have our own team there as well to teach and everything. But they also, the mines also have their own teams to do the application.
Yeah. So here the thought is there's sort of this. Are you sort of playing around with the idea of also doing the install?
Yeah, exactly. But I think that it does have a lot to do with how much they use the product.
Yeah.
Right. And if it's more on a daily basis, and if the product is used a lot,
then it's in-house.
Then I think the mines can handle it themselves. Yeah. But first, I think we would start by doing the applications ourselves.
That's been interesting. Yeah. And you sort of feel like this market sort of demands that more so than maybe some other markets do, because people are kind of wanting that service to come in, land, and then, deliver it. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, a lot of third-party servicing here. Lessons you've learned, just to wrap up. Anything interesting you've learned about the mining industry or seen since been at MineX? It's a big event. Anything that stood out to you?
It's a very big event. Very big event. I think we're in the North Hall right now. It took us like 25 minutes to get to the Central Hall by walking. It's very huge. It's been a very interesting and very busy for us.
Yeah.
I think for you too. We're the last interview right now.
Yeah. We've done 30 here. Our team is
30. Okay, that sounds very busy.
Yeah, it's fun. But have you ever just seen the scope, the size? I mean, obviously there's big mines in Europe and Turkey and that. Yeah, but just seeing it all coming together is pretty wild.
I've been to quite a couple of exhibitions this year. This one has been the biggest by far. I wouldn't have imagined it this big before coming here.
Exactly.
And people are here from everywhere.
Everywhere, all over the world.
Yeah. We talked with some Australian mines here in Vegas, which we didn't honestly expect, right?
Right. Yeah, no, people are coming. People are everywhere from Africa, and you see a lot of people from Asia coming in.
And we're here from Turkey.
And from Turkey, I hear all the I can hear all the Canadians because they're all talking about weather. Canadians, because we have such extreme weather patterns.
Exactly.
So it's like a topic, and I can hear as I walk. I hear another Canadian. They're still talking about weather. I'm like, you guys got to find a new topic.
But when it's negative 20 degrees for like 2-3 months a year.
Yeah, and then you come into this, you're like, oh, look at this. John, thank you so much for doing this interview. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I've gotten to know you and your father a little bit in this planning out this interview. So I really genuinely wish you the success in the North American market.
Thank you,
sir. Take care. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Go check them out. We will have a link to their website. Do you have a LinkedIn? Does the company have a LinkedIn?
Yes, it does.
We'll put that in the description as well. If you're seeing this from LinkedIn, you'll see them tags. Make sure to follow them. Connect directly with John via LinkedIn. Chat with him. And if you have any trouble connecting with them, let us know. We'll direct you over there. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Mining Now.